Welcome to the official podcast of Geoparks WA, where we will be discussing all things geoparks. In the next series of episodes, we will delve into the unique sites located within the Mandurah WA Geopark. These sites can be accessed via the GeoDrive Trail, which is a suggested route that will take you through the key highlights of the Peel region. We start our GeoDrive at the Mandurah Channel Entrance, which is the meeting point of the Peel Estuary and the Indian Ocean. Throughout this episode, we will delve into the geological setting of the channel and consider the biotic, cultural, and historic aspects of this site. First, let's consider what an estuary is. An estuary is located at the mouth of a river, where tidal effects are evident and where the river and seawater meet. Estuaries are interesting because they involve the union of several different environments: the land, the river, and the sea. The channel of the Peel Estuary is the outlet for three rivers, the Serpentine, Murray, and Harvey rivers. The Peel-Harvey Estuary is the largest estuary system in the southwest of Australia, with an area of 134 square kilometres. This is twice the size of Sydney's Darling Harbour. However, our estuary is very shallow and only reaches 2 metres at the deepest part of the Peel Basin. A catchment is the area of land where water flows through rivers and underground aquifers to reach the estuary. The catchment of the Peel-Harvey Estuary is 12,000 kilometres squared, which is bigger than Jamaica and also bigger than the country of Luxembourg. When water falls on the wheatbelt town of Williams, which is 150 kilometres east of Mandurah, it will make its way via rivers and creeks to the Peel-Harvey Estuary and then out of the mouth of this channel entrance. The Mandurah Channel Entrance also has an interesting geological setting. The Peel-Harvey Estuary is composed of layers of sediments that were deposited by rivers and seas and sculpted by winds during the last 10,000 years since the most recent ice age. The rising sea levels, around 8,000 years ago, that followed the melting of the ice caps flooded old river valleys, forming the Peel-Harvey Estuary. Before humans intervened, the Mandurah Channel Entrance was a delta system with a large network of sandspits and vegetation. This would not open to the ocean unless there were strong rains and water flow coming down from the rivers. Then the mouth of the estuary would break open and connect to the ocean. The Mandurah Channel Entrance is also impacted by the northwards longshore drift of sand in the Indian Ocean. This means that there is constantly sand moving in front of the Mandurah Channel Entrance that needs to be dredged to ensure that it stays open to the ocean. In 1985, a proposal to continually dredge the channel entrance was adopted by the state government, which we will come back to later in this episode. Now that we have a good understanding of the geological background of the Mandurah Channel Entrance, let's take a look at the unique plant and animal life residing in this area. Over 70 species of fish have been identified in the Peel-Harvey Estuary. These fish use the estuary in many different ways and will inhabit the area for different durations throughout the year. For example, marine stragglers are a category of fish that breed in the ocean and then use the estuary as a feeding area for maturing or mature adults. They generally stay close to the estuary entrance, where the salinity is similar to the ocean, and they're typically caught near the bridge at Mandurah. Fish in the nursery habitat category use the estuary as a nursery habitat for juveniles, but usually spawn at sea, and then estuary-dependent fish use the estuary for their entire life cycle. The Peel-Harvey Estuary also has a population of approximately 90 Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphins. These dolphins are apex predators and collectively catch over 200,000 kilograms of fin fish from the estuary. In the Mandurah Channel Entrance and town waters, there is a subgroup of bottlenose dolphins. Some of the adult females are recorded in the fin book, which catalogues the dolphins based on their dorsal fin. The Peel-Harvey Estuary system is recognised internationally for its importance to a diverse range of birdlife, and many waterbirds can be spotted around the Mandurah Channel Entrance. Occasionally, green sea turtles and stingrays can be seen in this area too. The Mandurah Channel Entrance has a rather extensive history and has undergone a considerable amount of change since 1887, when the first efforts were made to modify it. By the later part of that century, Mandurah had become the service centre for a small agricultural community and a popular holiday resort. Even at this early stage of development, residents, visitors, and the government alike were concerned by problems associated with the ocean entrance, particularly its migratory nature and the adverse effects of frequent closures on the estuary water quality and fish populations. Petitions were made to the state government to improve the entrance, and available records show that the earliest river training work was undertaken in the 1880s, when a wall was constructed around Stingray Point, where the Peninsula Hotel now stands, to ensure that the channel was kept to the west of this location. The construction of a second training wall commenced in 1939, with the main purpose being to promote a better opening to the ocean and to protect an area of land used by campers. Nevertheless, the entrance was still often closed, and attempts to cut channels to the ocean were not always successful. A dredger was used in 1959 to open the channel entrance, leaving some foreshore land for recreation and camping purposes on the eastern side of the entrance to the channel. The entrance channel shallowed rapidly, and within 18 months had closed and stayed closed during the period from 1967 to 1969. 2 training walls were constructed in 1970, which helped to prevent the ocean entrance from being closed by sand drift. However, as the Mandurah Channel Entrance is situated on a sandy coastline on which there is a large wave-induced sand drift, dredging of the channel is still required to maintain the entrance channel in optimum condition. In 1985, the government announced approval of an ongoing dredging project. 2020 to 2021 was the largest dredging program ever undertaken. 200,000 cubic metres of sand was pumped from Halls Head Beach in the south to Town Beach on the northern side of the channel entrance. This process took 5 months. Now, commercial fishing and recreational boating takes place in the channel entrance, which allows access to the protected estuary waters. This marks the end of this episode in the Geoparks WA series. Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you have learnt something new about the Peel region. We can't wait for you to join us in our next episode. For more information, head to our website at australiangeoparksnetwork.org and follow our social media page at geoparkswa.